all over the globe. And yep, got it. Thank you, Bill. And he's got teams all over the globe. He does Zooms at all hours of the morning and the night for his teams in other countries. And so we're blessed to have him on here and sharing with you guys, just to introduce him to you guys and get you guys to know, our line of sponsorship is very, very connected in the industry and very successful. So Bill, if you want to mute everybody and make Mike a presenter, and I appreciate it. And thank you very much, Mike, and introduce you to our team in South Africa. And sometimes there's some people in here from the United States as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vincent. Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to be on today. I was chatting with Vincent last night. I said, as I was texting him, he was texting me about being able to jump on here. I was like, hey, that's exactly what my text was just about. When do you guys do Zooms, and when can I jump in? I said, if it's up to me, I'll be on it every single week. So I love this industry. When you find something that you believe in, you call the sharpest people you know, and that's why I called Vincent. And I know that him, like myself, we had been out of this industry, a little bit turned off, and I'm sure we were both turned off for the same reasons. But I'm excited that he said yes. I'm excited that he's actually plugging in and doing what I know what he's been able to do in the past. So I have no doubt. Okay, let me see. I'm not very good with technology. Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go. I have no doubt that we're going to build a big team, and we're going to build a big team globally. And the reason why I personally had been a little bit turned off with the industry is that I kind of see that a lot of the companies that are in the market, a lot of the companies that are coming into the market, they're all competing with the same category of products. And when I met Vincent in our first company, we were the first to market with a product that was giving people lots of great health success and a lot of results with their conditions or whatnot. But in fact, unfortunately, because you couldn't patent a fruit, we got to a point where we became another Me Too product. And that's what got me excited about this, the fact that we have something that works. We have something that works fast. We have something that's unique, and it's exclusive. And not to mention that it's all propelled with a compensation plan that's very aggressive. So I'm going to start with a quick little video. And for those of you who are new, our goal is to give you enough information today to help you make a decision, whether you want to come in and be a brand partner, or maybe you just want to be a consumer. Either way, I'm going to start with a couple of videos, and then I'm going to come back and just break it all down for you real quick.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells, a true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part, like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body, how you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
All right, wonderful. So that video gave you a little bit of information about the company. Now, this video here talks a little bit more about the science, how this little magic patch is working. After that, we'll come back and we'll get right into it.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally. LifeWave phototherapy.
All right, wonderful. So, all right. So I'm going to start by talking a little bit about the company. I love the fact that this is a 19-year-old company that's basically in pre-launch. And I say that because no one, I don't know about in South Africa, but in United States, I'm a network marketer. I've been in this industry for over 16 years. And like Vincent said, we've had a lot of success. And I'm calling a lot of other network marketers. And I have not come across anyone who says, oh yeah, I know about that company. So we look at this as a 19-year-old pre-launch company. And the fact that 2 years ago, prior to the launch of X39, this company was only generating around $20 to $25 million a year. Today, after the launch of this amazing X39 patch, they're generating close to $300 million a year. So we are basically in full momentum right now. This is a company that we can ride to $1 billion and above. And I have no doubt that this company will be a multi-billion-dollar company. It's actually now recognized in the top Inc. 500 companies. That's a magazine I know it's probably known worldwide, but here in the United States, it's got a lot of credibility. So it's in the top Inc. 500 companies. And one of the biggest things that they've been able to establish in the last 19 years is the fact that they opened legally close to 80 countries. That's prime, because we are now in a pre-launch company where we don't have to go through all of the growing pains. You know, this company is already established in markets where I personally know a lot of, strong network marketers. And I love the fact that we were able to come in and automatically start talking to people in South Africa, Australia, Mexico, Canada. We have people from Asia, And it's and every day they're looking to open up different countries. Today they're three quarters of the way open, finishing opening up Korea. After Korea, I know they're going to start focusing into South America. So this gentleman right here, he's the brain behind this project, David Schmidt. David Schmidt is not only a CEO, but he's also a scientist. Not only is he a scientist, but he's also an inventor, and he's the creator of these amazing patches. So he's been inducted into the Hall of Fame not once, but 2 times for this technology, and actually we received 3 awards from the Hall of Fame. So he's not just some guy. And I love that he's not another MLM owner, because what I find is that most network marketing owners are guys like myself who have had some level of success in the industry. They go out to the market, they look to see what's the most fascinating, the most exciting product that they can get behind, and they go in and they start a team and they launch these companies. This guy has never been involved with network marketing before. He's, like I said, he's a scientist. I've met him personally, and he's a geek. And I say that in a very loving way. I love the fact that he's not another salesperson. He's not another, guy from our industry. So the biggest thing with this company, the reason why this company went from $25 million a year to over 300 million is because of the stem cell patch. And yes, since the launch of this company 20 years ago, 19 plus years, it's all been behind the same technology. So the X39, just like the other patches, are all composed of organic nanocrystals. There's no stem cells in here, because a lot of people tend to think, hey, where are the stem cells exactly? There's nothing being infused in your body. There's no chemicals, nutrients, vitamins. Like I said, this works with something called phototherapy. And I explain to people, it's just like when you go out to the sun. I live in South Florida, and I get the benefit of coming out to the sun, which I do every single day. And I, expose myself so I can get natural vitamin D. Same thing happens with this. When you place this patch on your body, it reflects some of the infrared light that we as human beings emit. We generate infrared light. This works more like a mirror, reflecting that light back into the body. And when it's reflecting back into the body, it stimulates something called copper peptides. If you know anything about copper peptides, it's known as the holy grail of anti-aging. But there's a lot of other benefits that come along with stimulating your copper peptides, like, for instance, activating our stem cells. Guys, it took over 11 years to get this product to where it is today. 11 years and multiple millions of dollars. So we were issued over 100 patents 2 years ago. July of 2020, we were issued. So we have a product that is completely unique. It's completely exclusive, but certain things had to take place in order to get these patents. Number one, we had to prove that, in fact, when you place this patch in your body, it is stimulating your copper peptides, which, guys, is a huge thing. So understand that there were no tests available at that time to really measure the elevation of copper peptides in our bodies. So guess what David Schmidt, the scientist and inventor, did? He got together with a few other scientists. They went to work, and today there's a blood test that's available because of them getting together, which measures our copper peptides level in our bodies. So that was done in order to get our patents. So we had to prove that, which we did. He had to prove that, in fact, it is activating your stem cells, something that was considered impossible within the medical community. And guess what? He was able to prove that as well. And finally, he had to prove that nobody else had done it. And that's how we were able to get all these patents issued 2 years ago. So we are at the very beginning of this. We have a long time before these patents need to be extended. And at the time that we get to that point, which is every 20 years, I'm sure he will file for extensions. So guys, we have something that no one else can compete with. We are involved in an industry that, unless you are in the medical field, you really can't really take advantage of it. So why would you even want to activate your stem cells with this X39 patch? Well, the fact is that the faster you age, the slower we heal. And that's all related to the fact that our stem cells become deactivated by the age of 30. 50% of your stem cells are deactivated. By the age of 60, you have basically no more activity of stem cells, which is where the aches and the pains and other health issues begin to take place. So that all changes when you apply this little patch, and we are seeing it. We're seeing and listening to people's testimonies every single day. We have learned, me personally, I have learned more about health issues and diseases in the last 50 days than I have in the last 50 years of my life. I didn't know what things like neuropathy was. I didn't know what things like vitiligo. I didn't really understand the things that came along with things like multiple sclerosis and even Parkinson's. And I've learned a whole lot more about these problems because people who we're sharing it with, people in our team, are coming back to us like, oh my God, Mike, you're not going to believe this. I've shared it with my mom. I shared it with my grandfather. I shared it with my neighbor, my son, and telling us about all these wonderful results. And I'm going to open it up towards the end so I can hear some of the results that some of you are experiencing. But I'm telling you right now that we are a part of the biggest, fastest growing team in this company. So on Wednesdays, when we all get together, the testimonies that we've been able to listen to and participate in are literally tear-jerking testimonies. We've had days where there's not a dry eye in the room because of someone's powerful story. So as you can tell here, one of the benefits, just one of the benefits, is that it helps with rapid wound healing. All right. It's helping people grow hair. So I am experiencing that myself. I've seen where people, and I know that I don't want to steal your testimony, but there's people who are experiencing their hair going from gray to their original color. Well, it's there's a study that's been done, and there's a link to young people who end up, growing gray hair at an early stage. And they say that one of the things that's linked to that is the lack of copper in your body. It's funny how this activates that copper level, and all of a sudden people are going from gray to black hair, right? So we're going to talk a little bit more about testimonies at the end. And listen, I participated in a Zoom with David Schmidt, and he was going through his slides, and I started taking screenshots, and that's why this particular slide is a little blurry. But even if you don't feel something in your body, there's something happening when you activate your stem cells. And this is a great example of that. So this was an experiment that took place recently where 12 participants were used for a 6-week study between the age of 50 to 80. They used this patch for 12 hours a day, like it's recommended. And these are scans of their brains, right? Session number 1 is a scan of their brain before using the X39. 3 weeks later, session number 2. Session number 1 shows all this redness. That's an indication of inflammation. Inflammation isn't good anywhere in your body, nevertheless, your brain. Session number 2, 3 weeks later, no more inflammation. Session number 3, an additional 3 weeks after that, for a total of 6 weeks with the X39, not only do we not see any more inflammation, but you begin to see more of the vibrant colors, more of the yellow, the greens, the teal. That's an indication of a more cognitive, healthy brain. This scan here helps me understand why we're getting testimonies like children with autism, people with Alzheimer's, dementia. It makes sense to me now once I see what is really happening in your brain. And there was a more recent study where they studied the cardiovascular system. I cannot wait to get the slides for that. They used a group of folks for 6 weeks, and it proved to reverse the age of your cardiovascular system by 8 years. I'm going to repeat that. 6 weeks of the X39 proved to reverse your cardiovascular health by 8 years. Guys, heart attacks are the #1 killer of people here, at least in the United States, if not globally. So that is huge. There's so many benefits. Like I said, sometimes people are going to gauge it by a pain or something that's going on to really determine whether or not this is working in your body. Trust me when I tell you, when you reactivate your stem cells, there's things happening in your body that you're not even going to feel right away. That's extremely beneficial. So you wear this patch for 12 hours of the day. You choose what 12 hours of the day are best for you. I personally put my patch on at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Like Vincent said, I'm speaking to people in the West Coast. I'm speaking to people in Australia. I'm speaking to people in Hawaii. So I'm up late is what I'm trying to say. So I go from 12 in the afternoon to 12 o'clock at midnight. I take it off at 12 midnight. I don't throw it away. I personally patch my dogs. As a matter of fact, yeah, my wife already took it off. I patch my dogs with the patch that I take off, right? And the only counteraction or the only side effect, I should say, that you're going to feel is that you're going to feel the need to drink a lot of water, right? And they recommend that you drink a lot of water. And the reason why you feel very thirsty, guys, is that anytime you're detoxing your body, you're going to feel thirsty. And also because your cells are running at 1,000,000 miles an hour, all of a sudden, it's generating heat that you don't feel, but it causes you thirst, right? So we recommend that you drink plenty of water. You can place this patch basically anywhere. As you can see, they have it behind your back or below your belly button. And in order to get consistent results, they used it in consistent places. And these were the two places that were used for all of the studies. But if you have a problem with your shoulder, your back, your knee, your hip, you can place it right over that area because stem cells are naturally attracted to inflammation. It's going to address that area first. So you're going to feel relief of that area, but it systemically activates all of your stem cells in your body, regardless of where you put it, which is pretty interesting. So if you need any more information when sharing this product with folks, I use this website. If you're here for the first time, go ahead and take a screenshot. This website has all the information you need, everything that pertains to the product, the science, the studies, and even testimonies. What I love about this is that I can share it with my folks in Asia. I can share it with my folks in Portugal, in Spain, because you can translate it into over 100 different languages. Very, very good website to go in there. I use this website for my doctors, and I love that it's not a landing site. In other words, you can send people there. They can't sign up. They have to come back for you or come back to you to sign up. So couple of different ways that people can get involved. Number one, you can be a customer. Two different ways to be a customer. Number one, you can be a retail customer. I wouldn't recommend that because you're going to pay $150 for a month's supply. If you're going to be a customer, it's probably best to consider becoming a preferred customer, where for $20 a year, you have the ability to pay wholesale price. You get the same price that we as brand partners pay, which is $99 for 1 month supply of X39. What I tell people is that you have absolutely nothing to lose because we have a 90-day money back guarantee. If for whatever reason you do not like the product, 90 days from the time of purchase, anything that you purchase within your first purchase, within your first order, guaranteed, no questions asked. If you've opened up the envelopes, they don't even want the product back. You can keep it. They reimburse you. You have nothing to lose but your aches, your pains, and whatever health issues you're dealing with that this can help you with, okay? In addition to being able to get the product at wholesale price, there's a couple of other perks. Number one, every month, every 6 months, because of the accumulation of points, you're entitled to 1 sleeve of free product. Every year for your birthday, they surprise you with some products, some of the other patches that we have, whether it's the pain patch or whatever the case may be. So you're going to be gifted product for being consistent and, on your birthday. But in addition to that, you have an ability to get your product for free when you share it with 3, okay? But I say, if you're going to buy the product, why not be compensated in cash rather than product? But it is your option, right? What I'm doing daily, I came out of retirement to do this, and I'm working this, guys, like I don't have 2 cents to rub together because I know of the potential of this business. When I started back in 2006 with network marketing, where I met Vincent, my wife and I were a couple that couldn't afford to pay attention. I used to say I wasn't poor, I was poor, because I couldn't afford to buy the extra O and the R. And this industry changed my life financially forever. We're in the position where we are today because, like Vincent said, we were able to generate millions and millions of dollars where, still to this day, I've been able to invest in real estate and get to a position where I don't need to do anything else with my life because of what this industry did for me. what God did for me through this industry, I should say. So I am looking for people like myself who are looking for more. And guys, I don't know how the economy is in South Africa, but here in the United States, we're dealing with inflation. You know, after the economy and everything that's going with our economy, guys, people understand that. I just put up a post from Forbes saying that the biggest security that you can have, the biggest job security that you can have is a secondary source of income. So I'm looking for people who are looking for a secondary source of income. I'm looking for people who are looking for more, and that might be more time with your family. That may be more travel, getting out of debt. But basically, guys, this opportunity offers us, in addition to better health, freedom. Okay. So in order for you to understand the potential of the stem cell industry, I don't know how popular it is in South Africa, but here the stem cell industry is becoming more and more popular. Currently, it's estimated to be a $200 million industry, but it's growing rapidly and it's expected to blow up to over $300 billion a year. So we're talking about being able to enter an industry at its infancy that is not going to 1 billion, it's going to hundreds of billions. And like I mentioned before, unless you're in the medical industry, guys, you cannot participate in this industry other than getting the therapy. And the therapies are not cheap. These injections range between $7,000 to $100,000. My sponsor, Steve Merritt, had a back surgery right before he got exposed to this industry, to this product, I should say. And the reason why he got involved was because of the results that he got. But he was quoted over $45,000 for a stem cell therapy before he got his operation. And guess what? It wasn't guaranteed. 30% of the people who get these stem cell treatments don't get the benefit. Their body's rejected. And there's no money back guarantee like we have with this stem cell, right? So we have something, guys, that works. And, you know, more and more people, like I said, are becoming aware of the fact that these stem cell injections, not only are they not guaranteed, but even if it works, you're gonna need another injection eventually. Why? Because these stem cells become deactivated with time. And not only that, whenever you get the injections, they're localized. They're for one specific area. And I'm pointing to my knees right now, your hip, your shoulders, your back. It's only going to affect that area. And like I said, even if it's a go, even if it works for you, a year, 2 years later, guess what? Those stem cells deactivate. And unless you can find something that can keep those stem cells active, you're going to end up right where you started, and you're going to have to spend that money again. So when you couple that industry along with a multi-level marketing industry, which is $190 billion a year, you couldn't be at a better position at a better time with better people with David Schmidt than right now. So how do we generate income with this, guys? I see these numbers, $25,000 a week, and that's the cap that you have on the binary, okay? And I remember when I first started in the industry back in 2006, and I couldn't afford to pay attention. And my goal after getting excited about the product was, my goodness, I can make money with this. The product, like Vincent mentioned in the past, it was a very expensive product, and it was a very expensive to ship. And I wanted it for myself. I wanted it for my wife. I wanted it for my son. I wanted it for my mom. I wanted it for my dad. I wanted it for my mother-in-law. I wanted it for my father-in-law. It was a lot of people that I wanted the product for. And I said, if I could only make enough money where I can get my product for free, I'm happy. Well, when I got to that level, I said, oh my God, I'm making enough money to get my product for free. If I can now make a couple of extra $100 per month, that'd be amazing. I got to that level. Once I got to that level, I said, how crazy would it be if I can make a couple of $100 per week? That's a car payment. That's almost my, and guys, we got to that level, and we got to a bigger level. And every time I started getting a little bit further, I knew I can get a little bit further ahead. And we got to the point, guys, where we were making up to $30,000 a week. I didn't even know what it felt to think of getting to the level of making millions, and we got to that level, guys. And I know that we got to a level where we made 5 figures in the past. I know that we will get to the point where we're going to hit 8 figures in this industry, in this company, because of the potential of this product, because we caught it at the very beginning. But how this works is like this, guys. I'm sure many of you have been to a restaurant in the past. I'm sure many of you have watched a movie that you had the urge, and you felt compelled to call somebody up and let them know, oh my God, I just went to this restaurant. Oh my God, I just watched this movie. You got to watch it. You got to come over here. And those people go there and they feel compelled to share with others. It's the same concept. That's why I had success in this industry, guys, because I'm a very simple kind of guy. I'm a high school dropout. I'm not a very educated guy. And I'm the kind of guy that, things have to make sense. And I saw this as a no-brainer, right? So I went out there and I shared with as many people as I could, guys. And when you share it with a couple of people on each side, because it's a binary, meaning you only build 2 teams. And as an industry professional now, I love this model. I love the binary, because I tell people, if you can't build 2 legs, it's going to be even harder for you to build 3 legs or above, right? So share with a couple of people that share with a couple that share with a couple. You have the ability to earn over $25,000 a week. And there's no limit of there's no cap on generation. It doesn't matter if it's 10 people or 100 people or 1,000 people below you, whether it's the people that come from your upline, you get paid for everyone, and you lose track to who those people are. You don't know who they are, but you love them all because you get compensated the same for everybody. And what happens is everyone who buys product, it generates points. The more people below you, the more product is being purchased, the more points that's being accumulated, the more money that you're making. So the bad news is you only earn up to $25,000 a week. The good news is that there's another 3 ways that have no limitation on how much money you can make. And this is an example here. So you see, these are the different bundles that you can buy: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Bronze provides 1 sleeve. 1 sleeve is 30-day supply, 30 patches. Okay, so for $125, you get 1 month supply. The reason why it's $125 is because they charge you $24.99 for the startup kit. You only pay for the startup kit when you're bronze. Silver, gold, platinum, and diamond, you don't pay for the kit. It's free. So silver is 3 sleeves, $299. Gold is $499. You get 5 of the X39 sleeves, and you can choose one of the other ones. I always recommend to go for the Ice Wave instead of the skin patch a la Vida that's automatically there. You can always go ahead and swap that out, right? Platinum, for $9.99, you get 12 sleeves. So you basically get $200 worth of product for free. And finally, Diamond, for $1,600, you get 19 sleeves, which gives you an additional 3 for free. But every time you sign up somebody on these bundles, on their first initial order, you get either $15, $50, $100, $150, or $200 bonus when you sign them up, unless you're a diamond. Because if you're a diamond, the first 3 bonuses are the same, but the last 2 increase. Instead of 150, it doubles. You get 300. For diamond, instead of 200, you get 500. In addition to that, when you are on a diamond bundle, it covers your first, your second, and your 3rd month of auto ship. Okay, so there's a couple of benefits that come along with that. So also, finally, there's another 2 ways, which I'm not going to break down right now, because I just want to, again, give the person who's here for the first time enough information to help you decide if this is something that you want to look into. If you're someone like me that, you were ready, you were looking for something, and it makes sense that the stem cell industry, unless you're a doctor, where can you come in and get an opportunity to get into that industry for less than a couple $1,000s, initial investment, $100 a month, and, be able to generate up to, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month, a week. I'm sorry, right? So if you're a person who you're ready, you've been looking for something, you want to get started, remember, money back guarantee. As a distributor, it's 30 days. As a brand partner, 30 days money back guarantee. You can buy your gold bundle, guys, and you try it for yourself, you try it on your spouse, you share with some folks, you don't like it, no worries. Money back guaranteed. Like I said, nothing to lose but your aches and pains, right? So if you're ready, contact the person who invited you. If you're someone that said, you know what, this sounds very interesting, I am looking for something, I understand the importance of having some supplemental income, but you have some questions, contact the person who invited you. We want to answer all of your questions. Or finally, someone who says, you know what, I have more money than I know what to do with. I'm not interested in generating any more income. Or maybe this type of business is not for you, but you want the product. You want to be able to, feel better, have anti-aging, look better, then contact the person who invited you. And for you, there's a 90-day money back guarantee. So I want to open it up and I want to actually bring it back to Vincent, but I think that the most exciting things of parts, I should say, of these stop sharing of our webinars are the testimonies. The testimonies is what does it. And I know that as my first time here, so I haven't heard any testimonies. I don't know if there's anyone new here that is participating. Guys, it's a blessing when you share your testimonies because it helps us, think about, oh my God, when I heard about autism, I have two personal friends of mine that have autistic children. Well, guess what? I have changed their lives because of the results that their children have gotten. You know how good that makes me feel? You know how grateful they are to me? Well, I only thought about them because I heard somebody else share their testimony. So no matter how embarrassing it may be, guys, it's very important for you guys to share. So Vincent, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for inviting me here today. I told you before, I'm willing to come on here every single time. I'll be a fly on the wall, just hang around and watch because it fires me up.
Awesome. Good job. I appreciate it, Mike. It's awesome to have you on here and introduce you to this amazing team here in South Africa. And we do have a couple people in here from the US, but yes, the testimonies that matter. So Mike's going to stick around. Like I said, he's built very, very large businesses. So anybody that's interested in the business side of things, you definitely want to stick around and get some teaching and education from Mike and his years of experience. But yes, let's open it up. Please share. Anybody got a new testimony, a testimony from somebody else, or even one that we've already heard before that Mike has not heard or somebody else may have not heard, then share with them. So I will start just because I'm speaking. You know what? When Mike shared it with me, I'm so glad because he sent me three patches as a sample. And I'm so glad that I was committed to making this work for long term, because if I'd have stopped after 3 patches, I didn't feel anything. Actually, the third day I was extremely tired. I was exhausted. I didn't know, what, if it was a patch or if it was something else. But I joined, and those 3 patches held me over until my product came in. And 10 days later, I had horrible pains in the bottom of my ankles and my heel. And after 10 days, it was about 60% gone. And then another week later, it was 100% gone. And I've been 100% pain-free ever since. And I just moved. So if you've ever moved, you're packing boxes in and out of the house and into the truck or the car and back and forth. And then I had to unload it all. And I had pain at the end of the day because of all that movement, but it was gone by the morning. And before this patch, I would have been just excruciating pain for weeks. And so it has truly been a blessing. And then, as Mike said, my hair has been really, really gray and it's starting to get darker. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but it's pretty cool to see that it's starting to get darker. And it's just amazing. Normally when you color your hair, it goes gray from the bottom of the roots, but this is going gray from the roots. Going darker from the roots. So hopefully I will turn brown hair once again. So we'll see how it goes, but I believe in the long-term effects of stem cells and what this product is doing. So for me, it's more about that. I'm 60 years old, and the older we get, we need to take better care of ourselves. So anyways, that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and now I'll open it up to anybody else that wants to share. If anybody's talking, you're muted. So unmute your mic.
Should we just choose somebody, Vincent?
You may have to, Bill.
Okay.
Hi, can I talk, please?
Yes. There you
Hi,
go.
my name is Elisa. I'm from Ballito, South Africa. I've been invited onto the Zoom by Janine, South Africa. I have an autistic daughter, and I've been very interested in this patch specifically for her and for the big special needs community that I'm involved in. So I'm very excited to hear, especially to see those brain scans, to see that the inflammation goes away. So I just wanted to thank you guys and Janine for inviting me onto this tonight. Really excited for this product. Thanks.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah, one of the people that I shared it with, who's got she's got a 21-year-old autistic daughter. She just did a live yesterday where her daughter goes to this this doctor every 3 months. So she had not gone back ever since she started on the patches about 2.5 months ago. And the doctor just said she didn't recognize the girl. She's a totally different individual. But even her mom has noticed her behavior, how, you know, she was never the one to initiate saying things like, I love you, or initiate hugs. She never entered her sister's room and hung out there, and she's doing all these things. And I think about my other buddy who he's got an 8-year-old nonverbal autistic son, and he had the issue. Actually, I can call him right now, but his son didn't have the connection between the brain and the muscle, right? So in other words, he's 8 years old. He wants to brush his teeth, but he's not able to physically go ahead and put the toothpaste and move back and forth while scrubbing his teeth. He wants to put on his shoe, but he doesn't know how to, you know, command his leg to lift and do all the motions. And in addition to that, she's got 2 other kids for a total of 3, and they live in New Jersey, and they have a little park outside, and they have swings. And she would always have to go out there and swing the kid because he's got no connection with muscle to brain. Long story short, the kid is putting on his toothpaste, he's brushing his teeth. He's not doing it perfectly, but he's only been on the patch for about 2 months, but he's putting on his shoes. And she noticed that the first thing she noticed was that he was on the swing, and he was able to begin and keep momentum. So the kid has just turned around completely, also initiating things like, you know, hugging. And so it's just, you know, like I said before, tear-jerking testimony. So I cannot wait to hear your results. And you said that you're involved with that community. Get ready to change some lives. That's all I got to tell you.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, who should we? Lydia,
well, if you want me
Michelle.
to share something.
Yes, Yanni, go for it.
Well, yes. Obviously, you all heard my testimonial, but just to confirm, I don't think it's very good for the brain, because I've tried to use it. My missus still calls me stupid, so I think I may be using it on the wrong spot. But besides the point, okay. I mentioned last week when we had the meeting about 2 of my mates that said that helped them tremendously. Well, they thought at that point in time for hemorrhoids, which we never ever thought of. Okay. I then did some studying on it that obviously it's got to do with the swelling and the inflammation in your body. And I actually saw both of them this morning, and they're just about pile free. No, that's just on that side. And then obviously from the football community, which I deal with quite a lot, I've now got 3 guys on it for their knees. And all 3 knees are improving, all 3 of them. So, and this is, you know, we were talking about it last week. That's about close to 55 years of playing football. And, you know, now for the first time, after cortisone and everything that we all use at some point, that this little patch will actually help us far more than anything else, even with the rehab that I had for 8 months. So that's just my short story there quickly.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Thanks, Yanni. Thank you. Okay, let's do a toss up here. Who's it going to be? Lydia or Michelle?
I'll jump in.
Great, thank you.
Hi, everybody. Michelle here. Okay, so I've been on the patches now for about 6 weeks, and I suffer from fibromyalgia. So that's a lot of body pain, foggy mind, lack of energy, fatigue. My hair was falling out in chunks. I mean, I couldn't even run my hand through my hair without doing this, and you just got hair hanging from my hand. And yeah, foggy mind, no energy, body pain. So, and on top of that, I was having these like menopausal hot flashes, which have been driving me crazy. So in 6 weeks, my hair has stopped falling out. I can actually run my hand through my hair, and sometimes I'll have just a few strands of hair, and other times there'll be nothing. Well, that's miraculous. And I can feel it's getting thicker. Literally the first day of wearing the patch, I thought I felt something, and I thought, no, it's in my mind. But by day 2, I definitely started to feel almost this very subtle sense of well-being. And by about day 3 or 4, I had such a fantastic day that it literally knocked the ball out of the park for me, because I was actually saying, people would say, oh, how are you doing? And I always say, I'm fine, because you learn not to complain about all your issues. Otherwise you never have a positive thing to say. So you're always just fine. And I actually could hear myself saying, I'm well. And I almost shocked myself, and it was such a fantastic day that I then realized I have been sick and unwell for 20 years, but I had no barometer to tell what really well feels like until I experienced that day. And that was a really high day. I haven't had as many of those high days, but it was so exceptionally high. But every other day has been way more better than I've ever had before those 6 weeks. And I'm thinking clearly. It's almost like you can join the dots. Your brain works faster. I've got energy. And it's not an energy by the end of the day that you're still Duracell bunny mode, but you can just keep on doing the next task because you just are able. It's like you have this internal stamina that's just there. I'm sleeping. Oh yeah, sleep was a big problem. I'm sleeping through the night. I'm waking up in the morning feeling like I've slept. If I do wake up to go to the bathroom in the night, I fall asleep very quickly. Whereas before, that was the end of me. I am the pain in my feet and in my hips is still there. Every morning I get up, mornings are my worst. Every morning I get up, I think, okay, how are the feet going to be today? And it's still there. But I do think 6 weeks is a bit optimistic to think you're going to be 100% well when you've been sick for 20 years. So, I'm just very, very happy with the progress. And the pain in my neck and my shoulders at the back, that's gone. So we're now just down to hips and feet. Oh, and hot flushes, which have lessened, but they're not gone yet. I have actually ordered, which is arriving tomorrow, the SP6 and the Aeon patch, because with what I've learned, I think my inflammation is extremely high from the fibro, and that the Aeon should help bring that down. And then the SP6 for the adrenal glands. I believe that's for the endocrine system. So I will be starting those probably by Friday. And we'll see where we go with that. But it's really been miraculous. I've never had so much turnaround in 6 weeks of my entire life as I have had on these patches. So they work. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Michelle. And then, sorry, just to let you guys know that we've only got 4 minutes left. Because I know some of us have to jump onto another Zoom at 7 p.m. your time. So sorry, Vincent and Mike, just to jump in there, but just to put a bigger time limit on it.
Okay, awesome. What do you want us to do then, Bill? Do you want Mike to share anything about the business or just close it out?
Whatever. I see Anne's got her hand up there. So I don't know if we can have something from Anne, and then, yeah, guys.
Okay, unless you want to, if there are people wanting to ask questions, because I was just going to give a quick testimonial.
Okay. Cool.
Okay,
cool.
so
2 minutes. That's perfect. Thank you.
A quick testimonial. Okay, so for those who haven't heard, in my youth I was dancing in a cabaret, doing jump splits every night for 6 months. my right knee used to hit the floor first. Of course, it was no pain whatsoever until I got to late 50s, and I then started getting pain and arthritis in my knee. When I started using the patch, it took about 4 or 5 days before that horrible achy pain that wakes you up. And now I don't have pain in my knee. My housemate, she fell and broke her elbow and had an elbow replacement 5 weeks ago. Apart from her scar looking absolutely marvelous, healing very quickly, she's also had pain in her knee because she fell on her knee as well. And she's got no pain in her knee. She's on the ice wave as well as X39, and her healing, the doctor said, was phenomenal. She had no pain from the actual op. And then I've had 1 or 2 other testimonials, one from a doctor friend of mine, and her husband's a gynae. They both had chronic pain for certain things, and they have had no pain since. And one of them was actually from day 1, they had no pain. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, and thank you so much.
That was a quick, brief one. Yeah. Okay. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Thank you. Okay, Mike and Vincent, unless there's anybody else.
Go ahead, Mike. If you want anything to share on the business for a couple minutes, that would be great.
Yeah. Well, guys, okay, just a couple things. Something I didn't touch up on was auto ship. This business is built on auto ship. You know, we have a 4-week cycle. So people who come in on week 1, let's just say for the sake of numbers, let's say it's 10 people. Next week, they each sign up someone and you sign up someone. That's 10 people week 2. Week 3, those people on week 1, those people on week 2 sign up people on week 3. People on week 4, you got people on week 1, week 2, week 3 signing up people on week 4. Then we go back to week 1. Week 1, all those people get their auto ship. Then that week, these people we're stacking auto ship, auto ship, auto ship. You get to the point where you don't really necessarily need people to come into your business. And even if they don't, I should say, you're still generating a good amount of income. So that's number 1. Number 2, something that I do is whenever I'm going to share this with someone, I try to get not just one person to share it. I use what's called the shotgun approach, which means if I'm sharing it with Michelle, I want to know, or even the other, I forgot the guest who jumped on and was asking about what do you call it? Autism. She said she's got a community. I will look to see how many people at the same time they can try it on, because a lot of people like Vincent said, hey, I want to try the product before I really, give it a go. Well, I want you to really see how many people can work on at one time, because like Vincent said, some people it's going to take a couple of weeks. Some people can take a couple of days. Some people can even be a couple of minutes. But I'm not just going to let it all sit on one person. It's better if you can get a group of folks when you're sharing with one folks. So if it's going to be me, I live with my wife. I live with my mother-in-law. I have my mom nearby. So you would want me to share with as many people, because even though I'm the guy you're looking for, I need to be convinced. So it's best that I share with as many people within my community, within my family, to really give it a go. The biggest mistake sometimes people do is just, having one person try it on themselves, because like Vincent said, it might take, longer for them. But I just want to share also, I've been in this business now, I'm going on 14 weeks. My goal was that if I got in 12 months to the point where I can make $10,000 a month, hitting it as hard as I can, it would be worth it for me, right? Because we're blessing people along the way with this product. Guys, this compensation plan is so aggressive. I want to just share with you. We've been involved now about on our 14th week. We've generated over $80,000. So guys, don't treat this as a hobby. Go out there every single day. We use a system called 331, where we contact 3 people per day. We follow up with 3 people per day, and we invite at least one person to the Zoom every single day. These are some of our income. If you see here, and I'm just showing this, guys, for the sake of motivation. Week by week, they only show you 5 weeks. So that was 5 weeks. That was 4 weeks. That was 3 weeks. That was 2 weeks. And this is right now. So today is Wednesday, right? So we're 3 days into the week. The week doesn't shut down up until Sunday at midnight. Guys, I didn't think I was going to be making this much money right now, but I'm having people in my team who have never succeeded in network marketing show me their income between $500, $600, $700, $800,000 a week to up to $3,000 per week. This is very doable, guys. You just got to go out there and do the do. Go out there, because everyone you know is going to know about this patch, with or without you, with or without me. The opportunity lays in the fact that we know about it before everyone else. I know we're down to seconds. So before we get shut down, I want to bring it back to Vince.
That's awesome. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it, Bill. I know you guys need to go. Thank you so much, Mike. We will definitely have you back, introduce, and maybe we'll do a special, maybe a business building training at some point in time for them. And I'm glad that you shared that with them, because the fact is that that's US dollars, and that means a lot more to you guys. We get, you know, and get paid in your monetary. Oh, there he is, bringing up the whiteboard. We'll do that. Exactly. Yeah. So maybe we'll do that next week, Bill. We'll schedule it as a training, and I would love to participate in that and listen to Mike train once again on how to build a big team. And I love it how you say, don't play it as a hobby. Take this serious, because it is life-changing income that can be possible. My whole life is based on passive residual incomes from businesses that I built, and watching the people across the street get up and go to work every morning, and watching them drive off into that traffic is I'm so thankful that I don't need to do that. So anyways, you guys, I'm done. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.
Great meeting, everybody. See you soon.
Just get back to the person that invited you, and thank you very much. And just, if anybody wants to get to manager, please just give me a call, send me a WhatsApp, and let me help you get to manager position. That's the main thing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Vincent.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Vincent.
Thanks, Zane.